Let me fix this real quick. There we go. Alright, yo, what up? So I refactored this thing. We have a standardized noise generator now. It looks like this right here. So we have 3 externally available, or not externally available values. We will always have an output node here, seed, amplitude scale, and frequency scale. These are like our master values, and those get passed into this initialize node method. This is the only method that we have to implement a new noise generator. We're starting to clean up the code here as we go through, putting things in protected and private where they make sense to be so. So we have moved our seed, amplitude, and frequency scale and our output node into protected because you don't need to see those from outside this class. We do have some getters for those values if we need them. And we have our get noise from position is always just implemented like this. Like, it doesn't matter what our noise formula is, this will always be the same. So to make a new noise generator, all we have to do is basically extend this class and implement this method right here. And then it should be interchangeable. We've also gone into our planet actor. Let's take a look at it. And we've added the logic here to basically abstractify our noise generators. So like here I'm generating it as a terrestrial noise generator, but its type is actually just the base type. And that's important because before we were using static typing here, and this is going to make it a lot easier for us to basically factoryify all of this so that we can spit out different types of noise formulas if we want. And the only problem is that right now all we're doing is just showing an open simplex 2. So that's why our terrain here is extremely simplistic, because we just have a base open simplex 2 noise. Nothing fancy at all. It's literally just the output of a single noise node. And we're going to be working on implementing our next terrestrial planet generator, and that's what we're actually going to be doing right now. So we have this, which you can see the height map here. We have our kind of mountain ranges being generated, our continental plates being generated, and things like that. So we're going to try doing this one. So let's see. Well, to start with, we can kind of glean some information here. So this is a one-scaled open simplex noise. If you like think about the way that we're creating our noise, let's actually draw it so that we can get some new. Okay, so what we basically do is we generate a bunch of points that are wrapped on a unit sphere, right? So what that means is that each of those points are generated in a sphere, or actually they're generated in a cube, but then that cube is wrapped on a unit sphere, and that means that every point is the same distance from the center, and the center is 0. If the center is 0, then every point is a 1. I mean, no, if the center, whatever the center is, every point has a radius of 1. So our noise formula takes that direction, whatever it may be, and length of 1, and it takes the unit sphere location of that point, and it generates a noise value from -1 to 1 for that point. And whatever that value is then multiplied by our amplitude scale, which in this case we've just got hard-coded to 0.05, but that's going to change when we're done to be adaptable, right? And then this is added to 1. which is our unit radius, right? So you end up with random values in the range of 0.95, at least with this number, to 1.05 of the rate. And then this number, whatever the resulting number is here, is multiplied, or not this number specifically. Like this number is then multiplied by the unit direction, and that's going to either scale this a bit out or a bit in. And then finally, that resulting unit direction is multiplied by the actual radius of our planet. And that's going to scale it up to our planet scale, right? So, with that said, the 0.5 scale gives us a 0.1 range, right? And the idea here is we want to generate some combination of noise formulas that will give us a convincing terrain, which I think we have here, something that will at least look decent. So we're going to go ahead, just using like the preview view of it, we can see some like nice variation. So we're going to go ahead and try to implement this. And the other thing that we really want to be addressing here, if at all possible, is we are trying to make it so that our scale of our noise is always going to be between -1 and 1. So that's actually one thing we need to check here. Is this clamped at 0? So we're going to do a max of 0. We can see that it's not. This is what we would look like on a planet, right? If we assume 0 is our sea level. Okay, so I think we're good with this. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to go ahead and start implementing this. And what that involves is basically recreating this layout of nodes in code. And that is basically what it's going to be to generate like a new noise generator, right? So eventually I'm going to want to do like a desert type planet generator and an ice type planet generator. At the very least, I know I want to do those 3 types. This is like a continental plate based Earth-like build. We're going to want to do one that is icy, more like crystalline. We're going to want to do one that's more dune-like, so like a sea of sand dunes, right? And then I'll probably want like a rocky, like airless world type with craters and things like that. So let's go ahead and start this. So we're going to ignore this domain scale for the moment because I think our baseline open simplex is pretty good for continents. So we're going to use our base scale that we have right here. This is the final step that we're going to do no matter what, because this applies our frequency scale value to whatever the results of this is. So we're going to actually move this to the bottom of this function. Let's add some comments here. Apply frequency scale. Alright, so now we just go through these nodes one by one. So we've got our fractal FBM. Fractal FBM node. Let's use a numbering scheme so that, because we're going to probably need more than one. Fast noise, new, fast noise, fractal Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and copy this part. We're going to be using this a lot. And then FBM node 0 set source open simplex node 0 fractal FBM node 0 set octaves. I think it was 8, right? Let's double check that. Nope, 16. So then we're going to take that and run it through a 1-pass fractal ridge. Oops. I'm kind of excited because I bit the bullet and did some project manager work for the project because I've kind of just been grinding on specific things, but I have an ocean shader that I'm just about satisfied with. So this is basically what we need to finish doing to go from where we're at to a full-fledged like planet generator. It's done. At least Mark 1 is done. And where we're at right now is this idea of the noise generators being encapsulated so that we can create different types of noise for the planet. We don't have to worry about like different configurations and things like that. That's what we're doing. So we finished this. We haven't done this yet. This is done, sort of. Testing validation. Now we'll get to that. And then where we're at right now is this right here. We're going to implement the terrestrial noise generator. So let's see. So we need a fractal ridge. I'm actually gonna go ahead and auto fractal ridge 0 paste fastnoid for fractal ridge 0 set source fractal FBM node 0 fractal ridged 0 set octaves 1. Then we're going to want to remap auto remap range 0 equals let's pull up our okay, it's just fractal ridged. PM. B for some reason, okay. Just making sure we're doing these right. This is a remap. Range, set, source, fractal, bridged, 0, range, remap, I think is what it was. Perfect. And then our remap values here are 0 to 1 to 2 to -2. 0, 1 to -2. Auto, smooth, max, noise, new, noise, smooth, max. Max smooth, actually. Smooth max and smooth isn't smooth. Min 0, 0. Let's order them like this. Alright, and then we can do smooth, min, 0, set, source, remap, range, 0, smooth, min, 0. Let's see how they're used. Okay, it's the left hand, right hand side. LHS. Got it, you need help. I'll help. Oh. Okay. I help you out. There you go. Okay. So looking back at this is set left hand side, set right hand side. Smoothness, I think is what it was. Alright, let's take a look at our formula. -1, 2, 1, 2. It's a max though, so this should be, this is a min. Max 0, set LHS, smooth min 0, smooth max 0, set RHS to -1, and smooth max 0, set smoothness 2. Alright, now we got another remap. Okay, and then this becomes 1, 1. What's our remap range here? -1, 1 to 0.51. -1 to -0.5, 0.5. I think is right. Alright, so let's go ahead and test that, right? So we'll come over here, we'll take our remap range, we'll trade out our existing scale node here, save this, rebuild it. Alright, so we'll rebuild this, make sure that we didn't mess anything up. And what we've done here is we've basically recreated this block of nodes. So really, if we look at this, we're like maybe a little bit less than halfway done. Build fails, set octaves, is not a member. Okay, so we gotta look at that. Set octave count. Okay, easy peasy. Alright, we're in business. Oop. Don't fall. Alright, so let's just go ahead and change the seed. Alright, this gets us like a... Alright, so we can already tell that there's a couple issues here. Let's let's remove the kind of So a big thing that I've struggled with is how to control the range and keep it within like acceptable bounds with like a predictable way, because like we don't want we want our range to be explicitly -1 at the min, 1 at the max, 0 at sea level, and we want to control our noise between that. And then to offset sea level, we'll probably just add to it or something. I'm not sure, but like it's a challenge. Right, next. But let's keep replicating the formula we have here, and we'll get to it. Max smooth again. So let's run this max smooth. Auto smooth max 1. No.
Steel cracks, echoes in the void. Warfare stats when holes destroyed. Side steps, shadows creep. Frontiers siege, secrets keep.
Alright.
In the storm that fears reside. Whispers come through iron veil. Battles curse, warriors fail. Chaos whispers, silence screams. In the dark, twisted dreams. Iron walls, fortresses break. Echoes loud, no escape. Flashbacks through restless tide. In the storm where fears reside. Whispers call through iron veil. Battles curse, warriors fail. Chaos whispers, silence screams. In the dark, twisted dreams. Iron walls, fortresses break. Echoes loud, no escape.
Alright, so I do want to see what happens when I run the smooth max on it and see if that changes it, but this is not... Let's put it this way. If it was an even distribution, I would expect to see roughly 50-50 of water, given that the water is being rendered at the base radius, if there's an even distribution of negative to positive, I would expect to see about 50-50 water land. But we don't see that. We see much lower than that. Yeah. So this... The water's looking pretty good, though. Max Smooth didn't make a difference, so... I think we're going to get rid of this Max Smooth for the moment. And go with a little bit simpler. Alright, so next let's finish the formula at least, right? And then we'll figure out how to kind of futz with it. Another open simplex 2 here. We don't want that yet. Alright, so what we need to do now is we need to domain offset our initial fractal ridge and power it. I feel like the volume of the music went up. There we go. Alright, so that is going to be right here. Fractal ridge is right here, so we need... domain offset 0 equals fast noise, new noise, domain offset. Fractal ridge 0. Offset. Auto al 0 equals fast noise, new fast noise, al int probably. Yep, al int. And al 0 set LHS domain offset 0 PAL 0 set RHS 2. No, it's set value in PAL. Okay. Alright, great. That's this. We multiply it by our continent, noise, mult 0, fast noise, new fast noise. Something like this. Mult 0 set LHS 0 mult 0 set RHS. Remap range 1. Right. And peaks. Auto distance 0. Fast noise. New fast noise. Cellular distance. I think. Yep. Yeah, this probably needs a domain scale. It's good. Okay, so you need cellular distance, fractal ridge with 8 steps. Auto ridge 1. Fast noise, new fast noise, low ridge. Course, cellular distance 0, fractal ridge 1, set save count 8. Okay. Bring up, auto remap range 2. Fast noise, new fast noise. Remap. 2 2 1 0 to 1 to 1 to 0. Auto pout 1. Ouch, Daddy kicked me in the gut. Okay, equals fast noise, new fast noise, pow int, pow 1, set value, remap range 2, pow 1, set pow 2, no, main scale 0 equals set source pow 1, set scale 3. By the mountain ridge. Malt 1. Malt 0. Oops. Okay. Then we're gonna take this, this. I need a domain warp and then add. Okay. Domain warp 0 equals fast noise. New fast noise. Domain warp. It feels like domain warp gradient, actually. Main warp
The robots have
0.
gotten pretty good at what they do, but they can't give an item a human touch. On Etsy, you can find something hand.
Am I getting fucking ads on my own goddamn videos? Hang on. Source. Warp 1. Domain warp 0 set. Warp amplitude. Domain warp 0 set warp frequency. And 5.35. All right. Combine mountains, continents. Any ads yet? Nope. Alright. Auto add 0 equals fast noise, new fast noise, add 0, set LHS. Map range 1, add 0, set RHS, domain or 0, add 0, and let's turn our frequency scale up a bit. Let's do this. Auto freak scale. Auto amp scale. 5. Okay, and then place all these. Alright. Build it.
Unlock the future's reality. Through the panels and the screens, we seek the truth in silent means. A journey to the great unknown. In the rift, our future is shown. Gears grind and metal sings in the heart of all these things. The rift machine, our guiding star. Two worlds beyond the view and far. To the sky, reach beyond where wonders lie. In the code we find the key. Unlock the future's reality. Through the panels with circuits bright, we forge ahead with newfound light. A portal to
Okay, not
the other side.
super surprised.
Secrets in the brilliance high.
Cellular distance 0, undeclared identifier. Okay, so That'll do it. The dyslexia is striking again. Alright.
Machine tear the sky, reach beyond where wonders lie. In the code we find the key, unlock the future's reality. Tear the sky, reach beyond where wonders lie. In the code we find the key, unlock the future's reality. Under sterile lights we stand, moment of truth at hand.
Let's reseat it.
With silent grace, as we reach beyond this place, lights flash as the currents flow. To the unknown we go.
Obviously our amplitude scale is off.
In the machine's rhythmic chime, first transmission through the rift, where space and time begin to shift. A journey made in pulses true, to a new world within our view.
The clouds don't exactly interact perfectly with the massive amount of scale on our terrain here, but we can kind of get the idea. In fact, we might just want to go over here. Alright, perfect. Now we can just deal with our terrain generation for the moment. We'll get our clouds back integrated back in anyway. I think our clouds need a like a depth fall off type deal, just like our atmosphere gets. Like you can see our atmosphere has logic in it to basically take the depth into account. Into its effect, but our clouds don't, but they need one. Like our clouds need an integration of the depth into the ray marching. It's not usually an issue because I don't usually have it scaled quite this hard. Alright, so let's do a couple things here. Let's go here, let's change what we did right here and set it back to 1, and then save that, and then let's go back in planet noise and let's crank our mountain peak power variable. Crank this to like a 6, and let's crank this to like a 6. All right. All right, that's a little bit better. Obviously, our scale is way off. But I'm not super worried about the scale right now so much as the overall like pattern. And let's look at the application of our noise in the quadri node itself, which should be so that is right. Back over here. One.
A flash of light, the sky turns red. In an instant, millions dead. The earth trembles, buildings fall. We stand in shock through it all. From the ashes, a mushroom cloud. A deadly silence, no voices loud. Ground zero, where dreams are crushed. In the wake of ambition's rush. Ground zero, devastation reigns in the ruins. Our world is changed. Shock and awe fill the air, and horror we all stare. Cities leveled, landscape scarred. The scope of loss hits us hard. In the rubble, cries of despair. A silent question hangs in the air. From the ashes, a mushroom cloud. A deadly silence, no voices loud. Ground zero, where dreams are crushed. In the wake of ambition's rush. Ground zero, devastation reigns in the ruins. Our world is changed. Shock and awe fill the air, and horror we all stare. Cities leveled, landscape scarred. The scope of loss hits us hard. In the rubble, cries of despair. A silent question hangs in the air. What have we done? What caused this blight? In the darkness, there's no light. A nation's grief, a world's lament. In the shadow of this event, ground zero, devastation reigns in the ruins. Our world is changed. Shock and awe fill the air, and horror we all stare. The blast so fierce, it tore apart the very fabric of our heart. We search for answers in the dust. In this moment, who can we trust? Ground zero, devastation reigns in the ruins. Our world is changed. Shock and awe fill the air, and horror we all stare. A shattered land, a broken dream, caught in the wake of ambition's scheme. In the silence we mourn the cost. In ground zero, so much lost. In the depths of hell we dwell, a darkened realm where shadows swell. But through the void, a light to break, a new gate forms for us to take. We search forth with eyes to gleam.
Right, so that does have an effect.
Shadows fall across the land, eerie silence we can't understand. From the portal we start to creep, in the darkness secrets keep. Open cities fall tonight, caught unaware, no chance to fight. A hidden terror takes its toll, an unseen force beyond control. Unseen onslaught, shadows rise, in the streets where chaos lies. In the night they come to feast, a silent plague, an unknown peace. Unsummer dreams, beams pierce the air. In the chaos, none are spared. Through the alleys, through the streets, destruction follows in their beats. From the shadows, whispers spread of the terror, of the dread. Unseen forces rip and tear, leaving ruin, leaving despair. Unseen onslaught, shadows rise. In the streets
Um,
where chaos lies.
the fuck? The mountain looks appropriately massive. I don't know why my character disappeared. I'm a little confused by that. I'm still able to run on the surface, so something's going on there.
Unseen onslaught, shadows rise. In the streets where chaos lies. In the night they come to feast. A silent plague, an unknown beast. Frozen ashes, cities fall. An unseen terror consuming all. In the
Let's take a look at the shoreline.
story unfolds. Lights flicker, screams pierce the air, and in the chaos none are spared. Through the alleys, through the streets, destruction follows in their beats.
Alright, I think we made some progress here. I'm obviously have a lot more work to do to get a really good terrestrial planet noise formula, but like this is the kind of thing that I can sit and kind of play with for hours and just look at and figure out. Um, So I'll probably end it there for now. Come back maybe a little bit later tonight and mess around with it some more. Got a few things I need to do around the house. So later. See ya.